Good morning. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. I almost forgot my own name. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. Better get your listings up. It's going to be a great weekend, a great selling weekend. I have it. I feel it. I can feel it in my blood. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to go look for the chat here and see if I can find it. There it is. Bring it up. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I kind of had a rough morning. Hey, Bridget. Thanks for coming in. You're first today. That's awesome. You should be very proud of yourself. I'm going to get some listings up today. Oh, no worries. We don't worry about spelling here. It's not school. Not that kind of school anyway. I did not want to wake up this morning. Like I turned my alarm off. And then I just turned over. I did not want anything to do with waking up. So,
Good morning.
morning.
How are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing better than I was a couple hours ago. I didn't want to wake up this morning.
Me
I
either.
wanted to sleep in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, hang on. Well, that's working.
I hear you.
No, I can't hear you for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. These dang. So can you hear me, Lori? Okay. I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'm going to fix this. Maybe. Because I can't hear you now. But I'm sure it's me. It's me. It's not you. Let's see. That's what I get for trying to go and fix stuff. Let's see. Disable that.
Yeah, I'm not on mute. I didn't mute.
Well, shoot. Ah.
In the
What's
chat.
wrong with me? Can't do it. Okay. Let's
So
try
Bridget,
this again.
good. She can hear us both.
Well, I don't know. Because now I can't hear anything. Hang on. Let me adjust my headphones.
Now I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Say something.
Nope. I still can't hear you. Dang it. What's going on here? My microphone is on. Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Oh, then I don't have to. I was going to go out and come back in. Thought maybe it might have been on my end.
I can hear you now. We're good. Crazy. Crazy computers.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to shoot them.
I know. I got a window right here. I've been tempted to throw it out the window a couple times.
Yeah, I got a lake down the hill over there. I've been.
Yeah.
Much better than my computer, though. My old computer would be good for a boat anchor.
I hear you there.
Oh, mercy.
Yep.
At least the sun's shining here.
It ain't here. We got rain this morning and all kinds of stuff going on.
I think that's heading our way too, so I'm gonna enjoy the sunshine while I can. It's only supposed to get up to about 40 something here.
We got 41 right now.
I got
So,
like
and I think it's supposed to be in the 60s, 50s and 60s today. So it's not going to be as pretty as what it was yesterday. Yesterday was like an amazing day. It was 70, I think I got up to 74, and I opened up the windows in the house, and it was just a really, really nice day. The dogs were outside pretty much most of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and just a really beautiful day. But yeah, it's not going to be that way today. We're starting our thunderstorms and rain and all that kind of stuff right now. So
Yeah, we'll be getting that too. Probably tomorrow, I think. It's supposed to hit. I'm gonna get some running done today while I can. Because I don't like being out in the rain.
yeah, I hear you.
So, of course, gotta go pay bills. I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
Ugh.
Boring.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'm concentrating on shipping, or not shipping, listing.
Yeah, I've got
Listing.
that today too. I've got everything drafted. Now I got to photograph it and get it listed, and then I'm working through all
It's
my notes.
it's definitely gonna be a listing day
Mm-hmm.
today. Gotta get it done. I had a pretty good day yesterday. I had 4 sales yesterday, so that wasn't bad, but I'm still trying to get to that. I really want 10 sales a day.
Mm-hmm.
I know probably a lot of people want that, but yeah, I am just striving towards that, and I try to do that every single day. But
I had 2 sales, but I only got like 10 listed yesterday. So
yeah,
I get more listed if I have more sales. But
yeah,
days before that, I had like 20 some, and a couple days before that, I had like 30 some. So I'm anywhere between the 10 to 20 a day is what I'm trying for. But
yeah.
sometimes life gets in the way too. Which
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. You got people wanting this and that and the other, and can you run this to me, and can you talk to me on the phone, and yeah, I understand.
the life of a reseller.
I know it. I know it. Um, need to go shake Sally's tree.
Wake up!
Yep.
Oh, I hear an echo.
You have an echo now?
Yeah, I can hear myself talking back to me.
Huh. That's weird.
How muffled. I
Maybe you
said
do need to go out for a minute.
I didn't hear it that time. Yep, there it is. It's back. Yeah, let me
Huh.
go back in and see if that fixes it.
Okay. Bridget. So I hope y'all had a good night. It's 21 here, and I'm so tired of this. Oh man, I know. It is. Winter just seems like it's just dragging on and on and on. Yeah, I am not a winter-y person. I would much rather have year-round summer. And it doesn't have to be like hot every single day, but just comfortable, you know. And I can handle the rainy days, and everybody needs a rainy day, but just yeah, give me spring all year. Uh, Bridget says I am not either. I said God made a huge mistake having me being born in New York. Yeah. I am destined to live in the southwest part of the world, or the United States. I need to be California, Texas, Mexico, somewhere down there. I that's where I need to be.
Somewhere where it's warm.
I have to be warm. I really truthfully think that that's where I'm going to be happiest is be, somewhere where it's warm and comfortable, and not every, especially down there, not every day is going to be a great day and everything, but I think if I'm warm, I'm ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me. That's just me. Oh, but yeah, things seem to be doing. I got started way way late yesterday on listing, and so
Mm-hmm.
I struggled getting my. I didn't get my 20 up or my 30 up again. I um kind of finked on that, but that's okay. There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I just felt wore out yesterday. So, plus, I had my auction last night, so I thought I'm gonna take a couple hours and just relax.
Yep.
I did that. I could have gotten more listed, but it's like when you start feeling like that, you start feeling that burnout.
Oh yeah.
It's time to go sit down for a while and get away from it for a little while.
Mhm.
So I'm ready today. After I get done all my other stuff, I got to get done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to you got to keep away from the burnout.
yep, and it happens. I've done it before where I've had to take a whole week and just walked away from it for a week, and then I was ready to get back at it. But it's like that with any job. You get burnt out if you push too hard. So then you're ready for a vacation. Plus, I had a death pile that almost touched the ceiling at that time. I was like, oh, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to stay out of um that
You
burnout phase.
get in that rut, then it's like,
Well, and that's kind of one of the things that I like about, going out to lunch with my mother-in-law, even though I I kind of think of it, and I don't want to sound like bad or anything, but in one sense I'm like, well, it's taking me away from, my listing and my business and everything, but it's also a good thing because it gets me away from all of that. It gives me a break, gives
right.
me a disconnect from all of that, and something, I'm not going to thrift stores or anything like that. I'm going to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And so it actually gives me that disconnect where I can kind of move away from that, and then I can be almost refreshed and then come back and get ready to dive in. So,
Yeah, it helps. Definitely helps. And I'm going wine tasting tonight with my sisters, so
oh, fun.
go every Friday night. My sisters and my daughter, we all go to Whole Foods and do the wine tasting.
That's cool.
It's like $7, and you get 5 different samples of wine and the food that they pair with it.
Yeah,
Really nice.
that's
So
not bad.
it back into the cup, but I drink it because it's, you don't want to waste it.
Right, right. You get a little bit of a buzz anyway.
So, oh,
Yeah, we we went to, where was it? It was I think it was Wamego, and it was they call it Oz
hmm
um in Kansas. And so they have this whole tourist attraction area, and it's just about like, Oz and the Wizard of Oz type of thing, and they have, little museums and stuff like that. So we went there, and they had this wine tasting, or this wine store, and we went in there and we were doing some wine tasting, and it was just, I am so spoiled with the type of wine that I like. It's the only wine that I will drink,
hmm
and I'm just so spoiled with it because I can't drink anything else.
hmm my favorite is the Cabernet Sauvignon. That's my favorite flavor of wine, and they usually have one sampling of that every week. So I'm happy with that. The rest of it's kind of tastes like swill, but that's usually always really good.
Yeah, yeah.
They also
Mine is What is mine? Mine is the it's a what is it called? The Moscato. It's
oh
a sweet Moscato,
taste.
and it's called Electra,
Oh, I've heard of that. Is it
and it's
Moscato
just
or red Moscato?
it's a clear, or
Clear.
like a yellow.
Okay, it's like a white wine.
Yeah, yeah, but it's amazing. It for some reason it just goes down
hmm
so smooth. I'm just not the type of person that likes. I don't like a lot of alcohol.
hmm
I don't like the taste of alcohol. And so, but with that, I usually don't have any problem, which is kind of scary because, definitely can make you drink a lot more.
Yep. The better it tastes, the easier it goes down, and the more you go on
Yes.
the drink. Now,
Yes.
my daughter likes Pinot Grigio, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like to cook with it, but I don't like to drink it.
Huh.
It's just because it's really good with for shrimp scampi,
Hmm.
and you add it to a little bit of your spaghetti sauce, gives it a little bit of flair.
Huh.
No, Teresa won't buy us. Oh, I guess Sally's still sleeping.
I guess.
I know Nikki won't be in. She said she had a funeral to go to or something.
Yeah. Let's see, why not says, yeah, they're following me around the house like, what are you doing, crazy lady? Oh, the dogs. Gotcha. Gotcha. Trying to get rid of some extra stuff from these darn storage units. I hear ya.
I did that last year. I'm thinking about going to the estate sale on Saturday.
There you go.
Let's see what they got. It's like, yeah, it's almost yard sale season around here. That's what I'm waiting on. I love yard sales.
Anissa, you're in the hospital? I gotta go back up and see what's going on. What the heck's going on? Why are you in the hospital? She said it's all good, guys. Ready to blow this popsicle stand. I don't blame you. Well, I hope you're doing okay. Bridget says I have 2 auctions this weekend, on-site ones, so I will be layered up. There you go.
Say hi, Teresa.
Oh, today was her surgery. Oh, yesterday was her surgery. Well, I hope you're feeling okay. I hope you're doing good. Um, Definitely, try to keep your breathing going. I mean, of course, you're going to breathe, but I'm just saying, like, deep breaths. And if they give you that little doodad to practice your breathing with, use that. Um, that can help. And then also, just being up and getting up and walking around helps a lot too. I'm not saying like run down the halls, but you know, get up every once in a while, go walk, because when you're up and walking, your lungs are opening and closing. Whereas if you're laying in bed, it's things get stiff and they don't work as well, and it's hard to recover. Good. I'm glad you're breathing. That's a good thing. But that little thing, you know what I'm talking about, that little thing where you blow on it, or you suck in the air, and you're trying to hold that little thingamajigger up with your breath. So and you're trying to hold it. That's what I'm talking about. Usually they give you those for surgery, when you have surgery. And basically that's just to keep your yeah, ping pong thing. I know everybody hates it, but I tell you what, that thing has saved so many lives that I've seen. Sprigometer. Yeah, it's a incentive spirometry is what it's called. And yeah, definitely do that. I mean, they say like 10 times a day or whatever, but if you can do it more, the merrier. Just don't like hyperventilate. Sherry said I would fall asleep with it in my mouth. But yeah, definitely use that. Um,
So, so
she said she'd been up walking around and everything, so that's good. Good morning, Jessica. Busy. Good morning, all. Busy day ahead. Well, all the luck goes to you, Mama Jane. Everything will go smooth. Keep positive.
hey, you want to come? Come here. Come here. You come say hi. She has to come see. Come on. Come here. Come on. Get her. Come here, little fort. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Stay there. Oh.
But
Nice one. Look at Ambers. She's smiling. He's smiling.
good morning, Pappy. You having a good morning? Been watching your videos and Mrs. Pappy's uh, weather report. Hope everything's going good up in Massachusetts. We're doing pretty good down here in Kansas. It's not too awfully bad. We don't have snow on the ground or anything like that. That's already all melted off, and we're just trying to get our temperatures up, get a little bit warmer. I'm ready for spring, most definitely. But looking forward to to my possible. Well, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. But looking forward to my move to to be with my grandkids. So I have one grandson in California, and I have two granddaughters and a grandson in North Carolina. So when I leave here, I'm going to be going back and forth from California to North Carolina. Stay 2 months or so in one in California, and then 2 months in North Carolina. That's my plan, and so eventually, I know that that's going to get old, and I know that I'll probably want my own spot, my own place or whatever. But I just want to concentrate on them, and I want them to know their grandma. So that's the goal. I just got to stick around here for some court stuff, and then once all that's over and done with, then I can leave. Um, but yeah, very hopeful that that will be done and over with by fall. I don't think it'll take that long, but just as sure as I don't think something's going to happen, that's exactly what happened. So, you know, that's why I say, by fall, I hope to be moved, but it may happen earlier, it may happen later. I don't know. But, well, thank you, Pappy. Yep. Gotta love the grandkids. Yeah, my daughter in North Carolina, she has three. She has twin boy girl twins. They're 2 years old. And then she has a 1 year old. Um, so she has three kids under two and under, basically. And so she's definitely got her hands full. And her husband has his own business and a garage, and so she's running all the time, nonstop. Um, but thankfully, they don't. Neither one of them work outside the home. Um, they are able to stay home and take care of the kids, raise their kids, rather than have a daycare raise their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So thank goodness for that. Yeah, I think some of that entrepreneurism kind of rubbed off on them. My daughter in California, she has her own business online, and she sells on eBay and Etsy and has her own website. So she's very busy like that, and so thankfully that some of that rubbed off on them. But it definitely helps when you don't have to pay all that daycare money to somebody else to raise your kid.
That's expensive too.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Um, when so my daughter that lives in California or in North Carolina, she actually came from California. That's where I'm originally from. And so her and her sister had they had a daycare. And I want to say they had like 12 kids. And they seen that firsthand where they were, parents were dropping off their kids,
Mm-hmm.
at 6 a.m. or whatever, and not picking them up until 6:37. And it's hard when you don't have that time with your kid, and they're missing like their first steps, or the first time they talk, or they're missing out on all that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just thankful that my kids are able to do that. So yeah, we're gonna be working hard today, trying to get some sales, trying to get some movement. I got a pretty good sale going on right now, actually, on my stuff. So I'm hoping that'll kind of stimulate some sales and get some stuff moving, get some inventory out of there. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Me too. Stale stuff moved.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I was working on all of my inventory, I was just noticing that I just have so much stuff. It's just
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. Not really ridiculous, but it's just, there's just so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really like for it to
Sell.
sell, to get out of there.
And get more stuff.
I would really like for, it just to kind of have that routine of you bring it in, you list it, you sell it, you
Pack it and
ship
then
it, and it's gone. But of course it doesn't always work that way, but yeah, that's my dream.
I only sold 2 yesterday, but 2's better than none. I sold one the day before. I had just listed it. I paid 58 cents for it. It was a Jess and Jane
Mhm.
blouse new with tags, and I
Mhm.
listed it, let's see, day before yesterday, that morning, and then by the afternoon it sold for $30 plus shipping.
Wow.
So I was happy with that. So I was like, yes.
Crazy.
And I'm slowly converting everything over to calculated shipping, and it's not affecting my sales any. They're still selling me with the shipping, so
Right.
I'm gonna stick with it. So I go through it, try to do a tow today. I'll bring it in and reweigh it and change all my listings over. And if anything, it refreshes the listing anyway because I end it and then I hit sell similar, so it gives it a new product number and pushes it up in the search,
Right.
which is good because I've got some stuff that's been sitting here for more than a year, so it's time for it to go. Oh. Wow.
That's crazy.
Hmm. That was a good sale. Why not?
Oh, wow. Been listing all week. We made a sale Monday for 205 and then nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy how it can just go and then all of a sudden it can just screech? That's good, Anissa. I think, with like death piles and stuff like that, I think it's good to have those, but I think it's also good to, because when you have death piles, the thing is you kind of lose sight on what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
When you have those death piles, like me, I had stacks of those totes of all the stuff that I had bought, over the last, say, 6 months or whatever. And there was a lot of good stuff in there. Um, and I didn't realize. So now I've kind of, I don't know how you would say it. Like I've moved, so I have two shelves here now, and basically I have all of my clothes on there. So I'm transitioning from everything in totes to everything out in the open and on these shelves, and I basically just go through and I pick out what I'm going to be listing for the day. Um, so I'm getting rid of the totes, but I've noticed, there's so much good stuff that I actually have in those totes that I forgot about.
Mhm.
So, and listing 20 and 30 a day, I'm going through like a whole bunch of clothing right now, just
Mhm.
getting it done. So,
Well,
says I sold a few things earlier in the week, nothing too crazy, dollar amount. I have it's a St. John. It's a blazer dress suit, and I think I have that listed for $3.99, and it's on sale. I think it's on sale for 50% off, so it's probably around like $199. But there's a couple of watchers on it, so I'm kind of excited about that. I hope that it gets out of there and gets sold.
yeah, I
And
finally
this,
caught up. To be on my feet.
yeah, definitely, Anissa, you're gonna have to take it easy. She said,
Mhm.
"I'm gonna be back at." So you're going home today or tomorrow? She says, "I'm gonna get my roller desk chair set up so I don't have to be on my feet." He said nothing over 15 pounds, so I should be fine. Yeah, it'll actually be good for you. I know, a lot of people say take it easy, and you should take it easy, but also, if you're even if you're just sitting at the desk and you get up every once in a while, that's good for you. Oh, home today. Good. Good deal. I'm not worried about it. I'm a hardy, strong girl. That's right. So, yeah, go home and rest today, and then tomorrow you can hit it, get going. I had when I had my hysterectomy. So basically, when they did the hysterectomy, the reason why they did it was because I had the fibroid tumors. The, like I had them I had multiple, and they were like really bad. And so they went in and they cleaned everything up and got all that cleared away. And um, I guess something happened with my veins as I started hemorrhaging. So they had to actually call in a vascular surgeon to fix whatever was going on. And so I had to have a blood transfusion and all that kind of stuff. And so it took me, I think I was in there 3 days. And then, so once that happened, um, and I was in some pain and stuff like that, but I had one of those pumps with the little buttons,
Mhm.
and I couldn't stay awake because I wasn't pushing the buttons. Like when somebody would come and visit me, they would be like pushing the button for me. So I couldn't even stay like, yeah, I was like stoned out of my mind, you know, and I couldn't get out of it because they just kept pushing the button. But yeah, kids, they were young. I mean, they were probably what, 14, 15, something like that, and they thought it was fun to push the button. So they go over there and push the button, and I'd be out again. So, but the day that I went home, so I think it was my mother-in-law at that time, she brought me home, and it was in the morning, I think. And then but I didn't have anybody to go get the kids from school. their dad worked like 45 minutes away, and um, my mother-in-law, I guess she didn't feel like going to get them or whatever. And so I was like, well, I guess I just got to go do it. And so that's what I did. I had, because they didn't do the vaginal. They did cut me. They did an incision, and so I had all these staples and everything. It was really pretty kind of hard to drive with a bunch of staples in your belly, but I did it. I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do it. So I went and I picked them up, and and I was like, well, this is gonna be the way it is because I am a mom and I can't just lay around, and I was off work for I think 2 week or 2 months, and believe me, I was ready to go back after a month because I was so bored. I didn't like being, and I didn't do like reselling or anything at that time, so I didn't have anything to do. So I was ready to go back to work. But yeah, I was on the outside, I would say I was pretty much healed on the outside, probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I was pretty much healed. But, he said you've got a lot of healing to do on the inside. So, but I felt like a new person when that was all cleared up. Best thing I ever did. Um, but and it took a little bit of. I mean, I don't take any pills. I was on a patch for a little bit, and that irritated my skin. And then, so I was started taking the pills, and I actually took those up until I got here. And then one day I went to refill them, and they said we're not going to refill them because it's not on the formulary. We don't pay for the Prim run or whatever it was, and so then I just stopped taking them. It was going to be like $90 for a month's supply. I was like, no, I'll learn to live without it. So I don't take anything. Um, which a lot of people are kind of weird about that. They're like, I mean, if you're not taking anything, you're missing out on hormones and stuff. But I mean, I don't have like, crazy hair patches or, I don't have any hair on my chest. So I still feel like a woman. So I think I'm okay. But yeah, it was actually a really good experience. It wasn't bad. So I had a good time. Let's see.
Prove that you have no hair on your chest. So the mothership product says.
No, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Thank you, Dwayne. Your filter's still asleep. That's all right. Oh my gosh. There goes the neighborhood. That's right. Yeah. So how's those sales this morning?
Yeah.
I got nothing. I haven't got nothing this morning.
Me either.
Been crickets. Dang it.
Like I always say, even the crickets are out holding up signs, "We'll chirp for food."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, mercy. Come on, eBay, wake up.
Swamp was like, Thank God you're here, Dwayne. Who wants to be the only man working on this, right?
Yeah.
Swamp Picker says working on 3 now. 3 listings? That's good.
Or 3
So,
sales.
shoot, I haven't got one up yet.
Me either.
I usually don't do listings while I'm on the show though. We'll chirp for food. There you go. All them crickets. So if you didn't know, let's see. So we're gonna do the listing challenge tomorrow instead of Sunday. So we'll be getting done here, or we'll be starting up here at 10 tomorrow. So just so you're aware of that, and it won't be going into the auction or anything like that. So, um, dang, Steve, he did 51 listings yesterday. That's
Jeez.
craziness. Bridget only got 31 done. That's crazy too. But it's good. I mean, it's good that you can punch them out like that. Um, I don't know. I think I have. I just can't. For some reason, I can't just punch those out like that. I can do usually about.
Yeah. Why?
Like, I think the most that I've probably ever done in a day is probably. I don't know. The most I've done probably about 35 in a day, which isn't that much, but um and I don't really try to like, make it a race. I mean, there's challenges and stuff like that, but um I kind of go at my own space and do what I can, and otherwise then it's not, it becomes a job, and that's not what, you don't want it to be a job. So, and it becomes not fun basically. Anissa says, or actually Sherry says, I have 2 church rummage shells to go to tomorrow. Might be home listing by the time y'all are on, hopefully. So yeah, we'll be on tomorrow for the listing challenge at 10 a.m. So that'll go from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then the auction will start. Is it at 8, 7, or 8 Central Time? I think it's 8. Dwayne? I would have no idea. Oh, Bridget says a few days ago, um, where am I? A few days ago, I did 58, but they were all lawnmower blades. That's great. Okay, 7 Central Time. I had it right before. Yeah, that's easy. I mean, basically, to list, but just sell similar basically, and then just change um, the length or the item number or whatever. Can't be that hard. Huh. Yeah. The numbers are on them, so it's just cross-reference. Yeah. I know nothing about them. That's the thing about, any kind of like parts, or, car parts or lawnmower parts or whatever. Usually they'll have an item number on there, a model number, so you can just, put it in there and go. Dwayne, I need to get your into your system so I can bid. Ugh. I'll put that on my to-do list today. Bridget said, "Oh, good morning, Monica. Keeping it real with the Millers. Small engine repair shop going out of business auction. So I got 110 of them for $140. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now I have the manuals from there. Oh, you should do really well with those too." So usually what I'll do is during the week, I usually will list clothing, and then on the weekend with the challenge, I'll usually list hard goods. So I kind of try to like save up all of my hard goods until the challenge, and then that's what I'll list all the hard good stuff. So I've got quite a bit of collection of hard good stuff, so should be should be good. I would say Nissa says, aren't they heavy to ship? I don't know. Maybe 3 or 4 pounds.
At least.
Bridget, not too bad. Most will fit in a flat rate. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. And that's another thing too, is you could use those long triangle shape. If it was super super long. Yeah,
Stop that.
I know. I can't stop. I
Goodness.
need to I need to go in and make some coffee actually. I haven't made no coffee today.
I'm on my third cup, so. And that's now empty, so. Gotta make me some more too. Wonder where Todd's at today.
I don't know.
He's usually in here by now.
Hmm. We will ship anything. That's awesome. That's very good. Yeah, I need to get my pick out what I'm quiet today. Everyone excited for the weekend? Not really. I know there's a lot of things going on for St. Patrick's Day. Ow. And so I know that there's a lot of people.
Green beer.
The only I would say I don't really, do anything for St. Patrick's Day, but I would say the best St. Patrick's Day I ever had was we went to Vegas, and that was like it was I would say, and I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I would say like anything that I've ever seen or heard about Mardi Gras, I would say that was pretty much it on St. Patrick's Day in Vegas. It was amazing. It was fun. Because basically, really, we just basically walked the strip, and you know how long the strip is. It's not. I It was long. I do know that much. Elvis in a leprechaun outfit. I'm sure. I am sure.
He does.
It was just, it was amazing. I'll always have that memory. But and me, I don't drink that much, so I wasn't really smashed or anything like that. But it was just good times. We had a really good time and had a lot of fun, and so it was good. Dwayne is going to wear a leprechaun outfit on the MSP auction show. That's cool. Is that true, Dwayne?
Please stay away from me, good.
I'm going to make some coffee.
I can imagine tomorrow on AMC they'll be playing the Leprechaun movies probably.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't watch that scary stuff. I mean, I can watch Walking Dead, and that's the weird thing about me is I can watch that. Mike used to say, "I don't see how you can watch Walking Dead and zombies, but you can't watch scary movies." And I just can't. I cannot. It's almost too much for me to watch like a scary movie. But I don't have any problem watching The Walking Dead. I don't know, go figure.
Oh, I love scary movies. Halloween's my favorite time of year when they have the Fear Fest on AMC every
Oh
Tuesday.
yeah.
That I can watch Halloween 1 through 5 over and over again. Well, except for 3, that was kind of stupid. But
I can't do it. Yeah, just not into that. Not into that whole thing.
I love going to haunted houses.
Oh yeah. I probably would piss anybody off that I went to a haunted house with. I can imagine that they would not be happy because I'm the type of girl that I'm going to be next to you with my fingernails dug in your skin, screaming my brains out because, that's just me. Yeah. It's probably just better. I'm not the one to go to a haunted house with. But I will say something that I do want to do if I'm still here in October. Um, I would actually like to go to. They have a lot of haunted houses here in Atchison,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'd actually like to go to uh, to a couple of haunted houses. They do like a whole. Um, I don't know what you would say, like a whole thing, like a tour, I guess you could say it
Mm-hmm.
would be. And they do like a trolley, and you can go and check out all the haunted houses in town. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. But yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I like the scary haunted stuff. When we went to visit Sally, there was a supposedly a graveyard that was haunted,
Mm-hmm.
and it had railroad tracks. I can't even remember what the place was called, but they had railroad tracks, and they would supposedly your car would stall if you went um, across these tracks, and your car would roll backwards, and then you would have like the
Imprints.
the dust fingerprints on the back of the car, and um, we went. I think I want to say we went during the day though. We didn't go at night, and it was kind of weird because it was like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you had to take like a dirt road just to get to
Mhm.
this cemetery. So it's kind of freaky, but kind of exciting too, you know.
We got the
Uh,
same folklore here with one of the bridges
uh-huh.
and train tracks where we live. It's called Crybaby Bridge, and supposedly if you turn your car off on the tracks and flash your headlights like 3 times or something, something will try to push your car and all this stuff. And I think that uh, tale is about every state in the United States.
I think you're right. I think you're right. That's something that interests me is just the paranormal type of stuff, and just kind of uh almost I believe that it's out there and I believe that it happens, but almost like debunking it,
Yeah,
to say that, well, it couldn't have happened, or, it probably didn't happen because of, lights that could be shining in,
yeah.
or,
And
for
there's
one reason or another.
and
I
that's
think that's
that's what kind
interesting.
of like I am. I'm like the skeptical ghost hunter because I will look for reasons that could have caused it before I look for what to say that anything's haunted or not.
Right.
Because a lot of times we'll find what the actual cause is, and we had one case where a family called in another team before us, and this team went in and had this family scared absolutely to death.
Huh.
And they had demons in their homes, and that's why their children were sick, and it was
Oh
just
my gosh.
so. They called us, and I went in, and I always do a walkthrough of the house to begin with. I walk through the entire house and look at what we all do, and just take our meters in, and we check what's called the EMF, which is electromagnetic field, because sometimes that causes issues if people
Mm-hmm.
are sensitive to that. So we found a high EMF field, and then I noticed in the family room that the ceiling had been replaced in one spot. And I said, "What happened here?" And they said, "Well, upstairs we have a washer and dryer, and the washer broke, and the water got all over the floor, seeped down in through the to the lower room." So I said, "Okay, I need to go upstairs." And so we went upstairs, and the landlord did not replace the floor. All they did was put linoleum over the existing floor. So underneath that
Um,
was nothing but black mold. The whole floor, and there was vents, so it was pulling in that mold, and the spores were going throughout the house. So the kids were affected from that. Um, and black mold really plays a big major factor in your attitude, and you're sick all the time. And so
right.
we called in we called in people to clean that up, and they had them people so scared, saying that there were demons and that's why those kids were sick. So there was a logical explanation. It was also a deadly explanation. I mean, those people could have died eventually from the infection from black mold.
Exactly.
Needless to say, that other team is no longer around because they
Yeah.
did such a
Uh,
shoddy job at helping these people. Um, but eventually, it was a young couple too. They were only in their 20s.
oh wow.
So then they had a really young little girl, and the little boy wouldn't even stay in the house because he was afraid. And
Right.
so he stayed with his grandmother. And when he was with his grandmother, he wasn't sick anymore. And I was like, "Well, what does that tell you?"
Right. Right.
So between the high EMF field and the black mold, it was causing major issues. I said, "See, there's nothing paranormal here, nothing." So you do have something to worry about, but it's not doesn't have anything to do with paranormal or demons for that matter. So,
Wow.
but they ended up moving out of the house, and then the landlord they filed a suit against the landlord for not disclosing that. So,
Yeah.
so he ended up having to go in and do a full remodel of the house, and get it all cleaned up. So
Right.
he had to pay for
Wow. Crazy.
it. There's a lot of things that are logical when it comes to the paranormal, but there's some
Sure.
things you just cannot explain. I've seen it and I've been, experienced it myself. That no matter what I try to do and debunk, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just like, and I don't know if anybody has heard this. I'm sure that y'all probably have heard me and Sally talk about it, but like my office was in this room in the next bedroom over, and I basically am sitting just like this. And when the door would open, you could see, in the camera, you could see the door opening. And so Mike, he would actually every so often, I'd usually be talking to Sally, and so every so often he would peek around and you could see his head poke through,
Mm-hmm.
um, just to see if I was live or what I was doing or whatever. Um, and so actually it was during the day. It was the day before he died, and it was during the daytime. So I would say probably around noon, 12 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, something like that. And usually he wasn't home, and he wasn't home on that day. Um, Sally seen him poke his head around the door, and
Mm-hmm.
she goes, "Is Mike sick today?" And I said, "No." She goes, "Valerie," she said, "I just seen Mike." And I was like, "What the heck?" Because I didn't hear him or anything. So I
Mm-hmm.
go out the door, come in the living room. He's not here. Look outside. Truck's not here. He's not here. He was at work. And this was the day before he died. And that just like freaked us out because she's seen it. I didn't see it, but she's seen it. And then of course, then the next day, he died, and so that was just freaky because we
Mm-hmm.
told him about that, and he was like, "That's you guys are weird." He didn't believe us. He just, said you guys are weird, and that was the end of it. So,
Oh,
but
I see my mom every once in a while. I'll catch because I'm here by myself,
mhm.
and I was sitting here one day, and I'm sitting here watching. I got my TV over here. I was just kind of sitting there because I was taking a break, and I see somebody walk past the door to the point where I got up to see who it was because I knew I was the only one here. And by the time I got out there, they were gone. The form, the height, everything, it was my mother. So, I mean, just the way it carried itself. And it was just a dark shape, but I
Right,
knew who it was. So,
right.
and then Teresa, she come in one night and I was asleep out in the chair. Used to have a recliner that I'd always fall asleep in. She walked in and she said she seen my mom bent over kissing me on the top of the head, and it freaked her out at first. And then she
Huh.
realized that it was just my mom. She said it was the coolest thing she'd ever seen.
Wow. Yeah. Those those things are cool, but I mean, when you see them, it's like it's weird.
Mhm.
It's just it catches you off guard,
It does.
and you don't, it almost like stuns you, when you see that. Like, I will say, um we were here. We already lived here, and I got up in the morning and went to the bathroom, and I would say it was probably like 2, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. And I looked down the hall because the bathroom is down there. I looked down the hall, and my mom is standing at the door, and she's kind of like to the side, and she looks at me, and she just kind of covers her mouth like this.
Like,
And then, like, all of a sudden, it was done.
yeah.
And of course, I was the only one that seen it, so I don't have like proof or anything like that. But I don't know, it's just kind of weird. But yeah. And every once in a while, I'll smell like sulfur in the
Mm-hmm.
house, or like a match that's just been striked. I smell cigars sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I smell my mom's perfume. She had always used like Mary Kay and CoverGirl was this, and then White Shoulders perfume. It was a combination of those three things that, and I know it's her. That's the only
right,
thing it could be. So, and sometimes things are residual, where it's some people experience seeing the same thing every time, every day.
right,
That's a
right,
what they call residual haunting, where it's like everywhere we go, we leave an energy pattern.
right. Like
Basically,
seeing this the same time on the
right,
clock.
right.
Yep.
You everywhere you go, you leave an energy footprint. So if somebody does something, like say you have, like for a good example would be somebody with OCD. They come in the door, they put their keys right here, they walk in here, they open the refrigerator, same thing every single day. You start leaving a pattern, just like a loop on a cassette player, to
Hmm.
where say somebody else moves into that house, and certain time 3:30 every day they hear the clink of keys on a table or the refrigerator door opening. That's just that energy left behind.
Right,
Have intelligent hauntings where they actually interact. So, but most generally, a lot of it's the residual, where it's just the same thing that people did on a daily basis. When we leave this earth, things we did on a daily basis is still going on.
right.
So
It's true. It's very true. I don't know. It's crazy.
it is.
I think it is. I believe it. I've seen it,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think it's crazy.
I had one.
Because you're almost like in a disbelief state. Like, did that really happen?
Something I talked about on my old radio show was your eyes can't make up, or your brain can't make up what your eyes have not seen. I
True.
mean, think about, you have people that's been blind since birth. They don't know
Hmm.
color. They don't know, so they can't visualize anything.
Right.
So your mind has to take what you see and turn it into the images that it does.
Right.
So it's like somebody says, "I think I seen a ghost." Most generally, they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Myrtle's Plantation. Oh yeah, I would love to go to the Myrtle's Plantation down in
St. Francisville, Louisiana.
yes, that's like one of the top places in the world to go to. That's on my bucket list. I've been to Waverly Hills and Kentucky, which is another big,
Oh
huge.
yeah.
That was we had. There was 12 of us. We had the entire building for uh, 14 hours.
Oh wow.
We had access to the body chute and everything.
Huh.
We were up in this on the fourth floor, I think it was, where one of the doctor's offices, and the lady told us, now don't let this door shut behind you, or you'll be here till morning until somebody comes looking for you, because it will lock.
Mhm.
They had it propped open with the big. It looked like a huge shock absorber from like a semi or something. And in fact, one of the guys that was with us kind of bumped his foot on it when he walked in, and it didn't move, and he thought he broke his foot.
Oh wow.
We were in there. We were in there probably a good hour, just filming around the room and stuff, and doing experiments. And we went to leave the room, and I'm following out with my camera. All of a sudden, that door slammed shut. Something moved that.
Wow.
I mean, that thing, that shock absorber probably weighed 50 pounds or more. This thing,
Right.
it was probably about almost 3 feet long. It was the biggest shock absorber I've ever seen in my life. It was huge.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, we hear boom, and I got it on camera, but it was so dark we didn't get the actual video, but we got the audio of that door slamming behind us. And
Oh
just
wow.
before the door slamming, you hear like something's moving that shock absorber, and that door just
Huh.
slammed shut, and we just like, oh, bye. So it was pretty neat. It's a very unique place you can feel the sorrow in that building like you wouldn't believe, because that's
Oh,
where
I bet.
they're to die, tuberculosis. They were basically there just to die.
Yeah.
It was something else.
Oh, I bet.
You walk in, it's just like you just feel it. It's like, oh my goodness. You don't even have to think it's haunted. You know it's haunted.
Uh, crazy.
Oh. But the one thing they don't tell you on TV about that place is all the open windows. They have supposedly the spirit of Timmy, the little boy that plays with the ball,
Uh-huh.
moves all over the place because there's always a crosswind coming through that entire building.
Oh,
So I,
wow.
so I said, well, the next time I come, I'm bringing a bowling ball. If Timmy's really here, let's say move that.
Oh, wow.
Little bitty playground ball, it will move, and you walk by it, it moves. So I'm not real sold on that whole Timmy playing with the ball thing.
Yeah.
I will bring a 16-pound bowling ball. I have one of my own. I will bring it.
Uh,
Then okay, then we have a spirit activity.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy what, you know, the things that people see and and what they experience and everything is just
Mm-hmm.
wild.
Oh yeah.
But I would say, uh, I have never, since that time, I've never experienced, any other like, visits or anything like that, like
Mm-hmm.
from Mike. I don't know. I don't know why, but just haven't.
I've always been interested in the paranormal and supernatural, all that. But in '97, after Mom died, 3 days after she died, I was laying there in bed and I heard somebody calling my name, and it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hmm.
Who in the hell's in my house? And I was just laying there. My husband's laying there sleeping. I know it wasn't him. I thought the kids are at their grandmother's, their other grandmother. So I got up and I walked, and our living room, our bedroom was right off the living room, and I opened the bedroom door, and there's this bright orange light. And at first I thought there was a street light going out. You know how they get that crazy color.
Yeah.
So I got up and I walked to the front door, and there was a big bay window, and the light wasn't even on. I thought, okay, but why is my living room orange? I turned around, and there's my mother sitting on the couch in the outfit that we buried her in, which I didn't even know what she was buried in because I couldn't do it. My sisters had to go dress her.
Uh-huh.
So she was in this like white pantsuit type thing, one of her favorite things she always wore. And I'm thinking, okay. I thought I haven't had enough sleep. This can't be happening. And she patted the couch and basically told me to come sit down. And I'm like, okay. I thought I know it's because I'm just tired, exhausted, and I'm just going to go with it. So I sat down and she's telling me that, don't worry about me. I'm in a good place, blah, blah, blah. And, you got things to do in your life and you'll know your purposes when they come around. And I'm talking to her like, okay.
Wow.
And I just thought, I just chalked it up to being exhausting, and tired and just, wore out. Well, about that time, I hear this, oh shit, boom. My husband seen her and hit the floor. He passed out. It scared him to death.
Oh, wow.
So if it hadn't been for him basically validating what was going on, I just would have thought it was a dream.
Right.
After that point, I really started diving into the paranormal because I wanted to know how and why. And so I thought, well, if I have issues with trying to figure this out, then so do other people. So that's when I started the paranormal team to help
Yeah.
people understand what it was they were going through, and that it's not always a bad thing.
Hmm.
It does happen. So it gives
Right.
people closure too.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it was crazy. I thought I was going crazy. Had it not been for him, I would have just thought it was nuts.
Right.
Uh,
At
that was,
least you did have that validation.
yeah. Some
You
people
know.
don't. Some people
You're right.
do think they're going crazy. So So it does help to get out there and talk to people and understand what it is that you're dealing with. I've been to Bobby Mackey's.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And we had an EVP from there with the electronic voice phenomena.
Uh-huh.
I have one of the ladies that's on our team. She's real short. She looks like a little girl.
Hmm.
And they had all gone downstairs into where they call the Hell's Gate to go down
Mm-hmm.
there to do some recording and stuff. Well, she come back up to me to get another piece of equipment to take down there. And I'm the only one up in the bar at this time. It was myself and my equipment. And then she come up and I was back by they have like a bucking bull, like one of those things mechanical bull. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was sitting back there, it was dark and I had the recorder going and you can hear her on the recorder coming up and asking for a piece of equipment. I told her it's over in bag number, whatever. And then she leaves. So a few seconds after that, you hear this muffled man's voice and it says, and the little girl too.
Oh.
Whoa. And Andy says, when we was listening to it back, she's like, does he mean me? It's like, yes, like, I'm not going back. I said, you're not supposed to run from it. You're supposed to run towards it.
I'll tell you what, that would be hard to run towards.
Yeah. I was always the one that would take off after a sound. It's like, oh, what was that? See ya. I'm going to go check that out.
Oh, crazy.
They were ready to tether me to the rest of the group because I would disappear going looking for sound. What was making sounds?
Oh, wow.
You stuck in a hole somewhere. Oh.
Crazy.
So yeah, I can honestly say that I do believe Bobby Mackey's is haunted. There's something there. I don't think it's Satan or anything like that, but it's definitely something.
Right. Dwayne says I must not be open enough for those types of events.
Yeah, you got to have some sort of open-mindedness in order to experience it, and children and animals are the ones that see things the most.
Oh, yeah.
They're very open-minded. They haven't been, raised to think that it's not real or anything like that. And it's really creepy when I sense my mother around and then I see my cat going like this, watching something walk by.
Right. Right. I mean,
Dog, like my one dog, he'll get up on the couch and start sniffing.
oh, wow.
It's like he's sniffing somebody standing there next to the couch or something. Yep,
Huh.
bad. Like, oh, if animals could talk, the tales they would tell.
Oh, I bet. I bet they would. All right. I need to run outside and take my packages. So, are you cool in here for just a minute?
Sure.
I hate to leave you here by yourself, but we'll be right back.
I'll behave.
Okay. I'm sure you will. I never doubted it.
Huh. That's cool, Bridget. Yeah, Dwayne, I've heard about that too. I don't know exactly which ones they are, but I know was it Ghost Adventures. Zach and them, they have been to a few places in Utah. Oh, the scary man in the kitchen to go away and then waits to go in there until it's gone.
Did anything happen? Everything's good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make me some coffee. Just going through those last couple of totes that I got. start working on some of those, and I'm gonna try
Mhm.
to see if I can find a um handyman of some kind. I'm gonna call the hardware store and see if they have any handyman, and see if maybe he can come and look at this treadmill and see if he can fix it. Um, if he can't fix it, then it's gonna go outside, and um, they usually have like I guess it's like a cleanup day
Mhm.
where they come and pick up big furniture and stuff like that. So I'll probably just put it out there for them.
We usually just have scrappers come around every Wednesday night looking for stuff like that.
I guess I could probably just put it outside in the yard and hope that somebody takes it. Crazy. Well, I guess I didn't shake Sally's tree enough. She must be long gone.
Yeah. She worked last night?
No.
No. Huh.
Mm-mm.
Well, maybe she stayed up too late, too long yesterday and needed when she was supposed to go to sleep and didn't.
Maybe. Maybe. I know we went till about she went till about 10:30. She was
Mhm.
like, "I am done." And so she got off of the listing challenge, and then um or the listing party thing, and then I think we ended up let's see. I think I stayed on till maybe 11:30. Let's see. Part it out if you can't fix it. Yeah, I may do that. I may try to do that. Just part it out and take some parts off of it. Um, do you have a play it again sports, Valerie? Sometimes they'll come get it. I don't know anything about that. I don't think so.
Yeah, and if
Um,
the belt's in real good shape, the tread belt, you might be able to sell that. So,
yeah. I mean, it's a Norditrack. It's a very expensive um treadmill, and I would really actually like to fix it, but it was like because I moved it from like one, it was like face the other way, so I moved it around the other direction, and when I did that, it something came loose. That's what I'm assuming. Something just came loose, and so oh, Grandma Magic Classic says part looking at eBay listings parted out. Okay,
mhm.
maybe I'll do that. I would say that I probably have never parted anything out. Well, I can't say that. I mean, some of those choppers and stuff like that I'll part out, but I mean, other than that, I really haven't like taken anything apart and parted it out. Um, so it would be a good experience if anything else.
Yeah, I took apart
And
a weed
the
whacker.
track, the track is $95.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
then that would definitely sell because those wear out and the edges get frayed sometimes. So people want to replace their the tread on it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. Well, I'll have to definitely look into that. I might just go ahead and part it out. Be done with it.
Out of control.
Good morning, Summer. Morning. A motor control is 150. Well, heck. Try calling the company. They have a contact with the company to fix them. Yeah, I'll try that too. How you doing, Summer? You doing okay? Did you get some rest last night? You ready to dive in today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I may just go ahead and do that. Maybe just part it out and
Hmm.
not even worry about.
Can be very therapeutic taking things apart too.
Well, I can imagine that too.
Unless you get
Some
something that doesn't want to come apart, then it gets a little aggravating. But big enough sledgehammer, I'd take care of that problem.
yeah, most definitely.
But yeah.
Okay, so packages are out. I've got my little pile here that I'm going to work on today. So I've got so many of these little they're like the dress up outfits and stuff like that. I think I'm just going to lot them up together and sell them like that. Put them in, put 5 or 6 or however many I've got and just lot them up and put them in like that. And so don't forget, if you want to get in on the listing challenge tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow. And we'll start it at 10 o'clock. I have the opportunity. My sister-in-law is actually coming into town. She lives in Kansas City, but she doesn't really make it to over here very often. So when she does, we all kind of she does hair. Um, and so and I'm cheap. And when she comes to town, usually she'll do a color on it and she'll cut it, and so she kind of does the whole thing. And probably won't have her color it because it really doesn't need it that bad. But definitely I need a haircut. I think I'm gonna try and keep it long. And then just kind of have her like thin it out, and then do some um, do a lot of layering to it. And I think I'm gonna try and keep it long. Half asleep, but I'm up early. I have to start my 30 now. I got to hit that number. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And this says I got a nice pair of Carhartt lined bib overalls at Goodwill on Wednesday for $9.49. Didn't look up comps. They don't do as well as I thought. Really?
I would think
Huh.
well.
I would think they would do really good.
Mhm.
Um, oh, explain the listing challenge. Okay. I have heard about it, but never heard the rules. So basically on the listing challenge is we start at 10 and you start listing. It doesn't count for anything that's been listed before. It has to be listed after 10 o'clock. Central, well, whenever, 10 o'clock. And so you list, and if you get a sale, then and then they pay, then you just have to show proof. So you send me like a screenshot or an email or something. You have to show proof that you listed it, that you sold it, and that it was paid for. So those 3 things actually add up to a point. And so basically, whoever makes the most points um, during that 8 hours, because it'll last till 6 p.m., um, whoever makes the most points will get the pot. You put in $2 before you start, and that goes into a pot, and then whoever wins the pot. And you just have to show proof. Um, we wouldn't normally, we've had listing challenges and stuff before, but um, because of the money thing, it's just good to have to show proof. That way, nobody can, moan and groan about it. So, yeah, we get pot. That's right. Get to you get to be high and high. Two different levels. That sounds like a pretty good trade-off, doesn't it? Good thing. But it's a good way to so what are typical point values for the day? Usually I would say for the most part, people will get one 1 to 2 points for the day. It's not I think there's been one person that's got 3 points during the day. Um, so it's actually not an easy thing to do. Because you don't know what's going to sell. Now, if something sells that you listed like the day before, of course, it's not going to count. It only counts for that day that you listed, the day that we're having the challenge. Um, so I would say, and a typical pot would probably be, just depending on who's in. Um, we've had a pot be 80. What was our high? I think it was 87. 87 or 88 was the pot at one point. So, and that's the thing is if there's no winner, then the pot rolls over to the next it rolls over to the next week, the next challenge. So that's actually good because it kind of beefs up the pot. This week it's clear. Who won last? I think it was Karen's at the beach won the last one. I got everything written down that way because I couldn't remember. Yeah, Karen Pettit won $56 last weekend. So potentially, I mean, we usually end up with a pretty good pot, 40 to $50. And it's actually fun. And the thing is if you put your $2 in at the start, and you just send it to my email. So say I like to have it before the contest actually starts, but you can put it in whenever. But you can, what I'm trying to say, you can put it in. So you put your $2 in, you list, and then you have to go somewhere. You list for 2 hours and you got to go somewhere at noon, and you can do that. You don't have to be present to win. So if your item sells, you can let me know, and I can you can send the proof in, and then we can then you win at the end of the day. Sherry says I may actually get in on it for my first time. I want to list whatever I find on Saturday. Usually I'm listing from drafts, so I don't join. Yeah, I understand that. But I mean, you can just start fresh. You can leave your drafts for Sunday. Um, so it's fun. I enjoy it. And usually, we have them on Sundays, but because I have my beautician coming in on Sunday, um, we went ahead and changed it. And Sally's off on Saturday too, so she wanted to get in on it and be active in it. So she said, "Well, Saturday works for me too." And I'm sure the change probably isn't going to work for everybody, but it's good to kind of shake it up a little bit and have it on a different day too. So usually tonight is my late night, and I'll stay up until I'll push it to the limit, and I'll stay up as long as I can. Usually 1 or 2 o'clock, um, in the morning, and then I'll sleep in on Saturday. But like tonight, I'll need to get up kind of early tomorrow so I can get some stuff done and get ready for the challenge. So it may not be an a late night. Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Mhm.
It'd be cool. It'd be very cool to have you. And it's always better if you have more people, entering. You get a bigger pot, and you get to talk to people, and um it John always says, John Clissold, he's from the UK, and he always says, I the $2 is worth it for me to spend once a week because I win. No matter if I win the contest or not, I still win because I'm listing.
Mhm.
And it just gives you more of an incentive to list and to get stuff in your store. Um, so I think it's a great opportunity to just get in there and list, and then of course the perk is you can win some money, and um, It Stills and More says it's motivating, especially when you hear Todd snapping his pics and hearing his cha-chings. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there you go. You could have people win. Somebody can win the pot, and then they can go over to your auction and spend that money. So there you go. So it could benefit the auction too. So it's a win-win unless you lose. And then you still win. Go figure. Yeah. I don't know where Todd is today. Usually I don't know where anybody is today.
They're all still asleep.
I guess. I guess so.
Yeah, Jim and Tara's usually in by now.
I guess they're all tired of us. That's okay. We understand. Mothership Products, I am right here. What more do you need? When did Todd have to pick up his surplus? I don't know. Um, he may have had to gone today, but then there may be a state sale or something that he had to go to. I don't know if he was going to pick his stuff up or not. I have no clue. So, but he was going to have to get I think he was going to have to take his trailer,
Hmm.
and I think he was going to get 6 pallets, 5 or 6 pallets of stuff.
Yeah.
So he was going to be having a huge load coming home. But I think he had his rummage sale was yesterday, I think. The church rummage sale that he always goes to. But he may have went back. If he found something good, he might have went back and went shopping again. It's all good. People have stuff to do, so it's cool.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
gotta go run to the bank. I hate going. I like
maybe
going when I'm depositing money, but I don't like going when I gotta take it out.
Oh, look at you, Grandma Magic Classics. You got 4 listings done so far. That's good. Before 10 o'clock? That's pretty darn good. Oh, maybe Todd and Carl had a date. Y'all are crazy. I would love to see a picture of Carl. I think that would be, I don't know. I have this vision in my head, and I'd be curious to see if it's anywhere close. But that's okay. Oh my gosh, I was talking to my daughter the other day, and as far as I knew, she hadn't watched The Walking Dead or anything like that, and um, didn't keep up with it. So I told her something that happened. She's like, "Mom, you can't tell me that stuff. You can't spoil it for me." And I'm like, "Julie, you don't watch it." "But I'm going to." I'm like, "But you don't. But you don't watch it." "Oh, but I'm gonna get caught up on it. I'm only on season whatever." And I was like, "Well, if you haven't got to season whatever, then you might as well just not even watch it." "Oh, I'm gonna watch it." I said, "Well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you."
I gotta get caught up on last season before I start watching the new
Yeah, I understand.
one.
Deb's Treasure's on the road again. You doing okay on your traveling trip? Hope everything's going good. Grandma Magic Classic says trying to get them in before the grandberries, the grandbabies get here today. I understand trying to get in as much as you can. My TV over the past 6 months have consisted of YouTube. Yep, I know, mine too. Mine too. That's about all I watch. I'm so happy. She's having fun thrifting. So when do you expect to be in Alabama? Yeah, that'll be an exciting little trip. And then to go to Alaska, that's even more exciting. You should have been there yesterday. That's okay. One day ain't gonna make it. So do you think you're gonna be there today? Good morning. He provides homestead. Hope you're having a good morning. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Deb's Treasures, I have fun stopping, and today there's garage sales. Ah, yep, those garage sales will get you every time. Make your 10-hour trip feel like a 20. That's good. Oh, I can stop stopping. I'll eventually make it. That's right. If you don't make it today, you'll make it tomorrow. That's a good way to look at it. Have fun. That's the most important thing right there. Absolutely.
I need to get off here. My sister's requiring my assistance.
Okay. Well, you have a good day, and
You
maybe we'll
too.
see you later.
Alrighty. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Well, I hope your trip goes good. Um, She'll be listening all day. That's good. Yeah, we're probably going to get off of here. I think everybody's sleeping in today. And so I'm probably going to get off of here pretty quick. Get start my listing um, game for today. Plan is to get 30. I figure if I, start a little bit earlier than what I have been, then I should be able to make my goal of 30. So that is the plan. I think I'm going to turn the radio on, turn YouTube on or something. I need to go listen to all that walk off the earth or something like that and see what that's all about. Sally was telling me about it. Well, you have a great day, Deb, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great trip. Be careful. Take your time. Yep, Bridget, I work better listening to something. Yep. I've kind of been on this little catch of Dave Ramsey lately. I've always liked his theories and stuff, and so I when I had Sirius XM, was it? Yeah, I think it was while I had Sirius XM, and he had a channel. He would come on at like 1 to, I think it was 1 to 3 or 4 or something like that. So you never heard of him, Bridget? He's like a financial guru. He has a lot of information and a lot of good concepts as far as financial information. Um, but yeah, I really like his thoughts and his information. So I sometimes will put him on. And then sometimes I'll get tired of him and I'll put some music on. So back and forth. It's all good. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I hope everybody has a great day. Get some listing done. And, if you're not listing today, then get some, other stuff done, whatever, some spring cleaning, um, stuff like that. So I'm going to get some serious work done today. Are we on for our 30 challenge? Kids, deals, and more? You up for that? Yeah. I mean, they always have something to sell, but I think his concepts are really good. Because that's I'm going to tell you, that's how you make your money. So when you have products and you have, a product line to sell, that's a lot of where your money comes from. And when you're that big, you have to have something. You have to have some kind of product. Um, but I really do enjoy a lot of his concepts and the things that he talks about. Husband off to work, dog is asleep. I'm ready to go. All right, let's go. Get her done. Actually, you know what? I hate that saying, but I always say it. I don't know why, but yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get started here real quick. So we'll see you all later. I hope everybody has a great. Okay. All right. I might do that in a little bit, and I'll send you the link, and we can do that. No worries. Um, but yeah, everybody have a great day. Get some work done. Have some fun. Laugh a lot. Um, joke a lot. Just have a good day. Give somebody a hug and a kiss. Um, maybe some people you just want a hug, but if you can kiss them, give them a kiss. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Give Tara hugs. We'll see y'all later. Have a great one. Bye.